Hi, guys. It's so good for you to join me tonight. We're just going to do a real quick little conference preview tonight. And Marty is working. He's going to try to join us, but we're not sure if he'll make it. So either way, we're going to Zoom through this. No pun intended. And tonight it's about getting in the game. We all know that there's a lot going on and we can watch it or we can get in the game. And one of my favorite quotes is the one by Theodore Roosevelt, where he talks about the man in the arena. This was something that burned into me when I was a newly single mom, and I didn't do anything for years. All I did was hold my breath and survive. And I decided that I was living in that gray twilight he talks about. I'm going to read this real quick. The man in the arena, it's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles. The credit belongs to the man in the arena, marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs again and again, and comes up short. 'Tis better to dare mighty things, win glorious triumphs, even when checkered by failure, than to rank with those poor spirits who live in the great twilight that knows neither victory nor defeat. And again, I've experienced that. I lived in that twilight for 7 or 8 years, and it got me nowhere. So I decided it's time to come out and play. There's some exciting things going on right now for people who join with $150 in July. They get a $50 credit in August. And I had been talking to people all along. You know, when I sponsor 3 in a month, which I did this month, it's not because of what I did this month. It's what I've done probably the last 3 years. And they were all excited that they were basically planning on doing a $100 order in August. So they get $50 off or half off. And upgrades don't qualify for the promotion. New people must place the order of $100 in August. It's only good for August to get that $50 credit. You guys can come back, freeze the frame, and read all the small print later. And besides that, join 50, get 50 free. They are offering a free virtual conference registration for the people who come in July too. So that's worth another $100 for the people in the US. So sponsoring people this month is doing them a huge favor. And then they've announced some of the quarterly incentive, which blew my mind. But first of all, before we get into that, let's talk about the top 5 reasons to be at conference. You don't have to show up in person. They just announced we have virtual, so you can be wherever you are, although I'm really looking forward to seeing a bunch of you in person. But the top 5 reasons is that you are the first to see, touch, and smell the new Shaklee body products. You guys, these things are world-class spa products. I mean, they have Sloan Barnett stamped all over them. And so we get things we would have never dreamt of getting any other way, and we get them wholesale. I'm good with that too. You get to be in the room as Roger Barnett articulates his vision. And you guys, Roger isn't just leading our company, which is a huge deal. You know, he's taking this 100-year-old company, bringing us into the 21st century. Actually, he's putting us way ahead. He's leading the whole green revolution and wellness revolution. So we get to be inspired by world-class speakers, Jade Simmons and Danielle Delgado. We get to be trained in a simple, duplicatable process for growth. I love this, that they finally made it simple. If you can count to 5, you will be able to sponsor people and duplicate that. And you'll be among the first to have access to all the recordings. So there's a lot of reasons to either show up or register virtually. We all know they didn't even put the other reasons, that the people show up, make more money, and that they have larger businesses and they're able to articulate what they're experiencing better. And they also forgot to mention the parties. Hello, there's a lot of parties this year. But look at this, you guys, for the 3rd quarterly incentive, I'm not going to go deep on this, but they're giving away a beach bike. I don't even know what that is. And this Lululemon is some high buck clothes for men or women, which again, nice, but I don't really care. The thing I like is that people who qualify for these quarterly incentives are building their business. They're building their future. And again, you can stop this, read the small print. Not going into details. I'm very excited that in Canada, now the Canadian dollar is a little bit weaker than the US dollar. No offense, my friends. That just makes the gift we're giving out a little stronger, I guess. But 99 in the US, 49 in Canada, for anyone who is unable to travel. And if you have already registered and you decided, you know what, I didn't buy my ticket yet. I don't feel like hassling with all the traffic and everything else that's going on out there. I'm going to stay home and watch it virtually. that's a good thing. You can use the ticket you've already registered with. And they had Marty and I speak to the masters last month. And I said, one of the things that we did 2 years ago was we made a huge pivot. When they announced conference was not going to be, I started working on people who had never been to conference and talking to them about attending virtually and being able to stay home and not have to pay gas and food and the hotel and time and energy and all those things, but they could get the benefits at home. And this year, it's going to be even more true to form because they are not breaking up into workshops, which they used to do. And that used to annoy me that I'd have to get up and relocate. And, usually I'd get somewhere and have a good seat. And I hate to have to do that over and over. So this year, all of the workshops are in the main sessions. So if you take this virtually, you will not miss a step. So virtual registration is a good thing, and it is open now. And again, there are people that we all know who either can't travel or don't want to, or just aren't interested, but they may spend that $50 or $100 to find out what is happening that is changing the whole industry of wellness. And like I said, if you can count to 5, you'll be able to sponsor people. What's included in the virtual conference registration, the live stream of the general sessions. And again, don't tell anybody I told you, but that's pretty much what they are. All of them are live stream. You can participate in exclusive product promotions, and people who have virtual tickets get the same discounts on the product promotion. So again, that's saving a lot of money. You get access to advanced pre-sale for the new body care line. Ooh, I can't wait. And then access, good thing Marty's not here, access to the general session replays for 30 days. And you get a registration bag. We all have a few of those. And of course, they're going to be broadcasting in English, Spanish, and Korean. Here's a brief shot of the conference schedule. Now, I added a couple little things here because Thursday night, it's Party with Marty and Cheryl, but that didn't rhyme as well. And the location is to be determined. Because we expect a smaller number, it might be in our room, it might be in a part of the lobby that we find. All I know is that we're going to have prizes and food and libation, and we're going to have a fun time. I don't know if any of you remember the game we played last time. We gave away $100 at the thing. People were losing their minds trying to win this thing. And we're going to have fun. Thursday night is our party. Okay, that's Green Team Party. So don't forget that. And then over on the far right at the noon to 2 p.m., Expo and Presidential Lunch. You are all invited. If you have not replied yet, please do it tonight before you go to bed or tomorrow, but it has to be done by the 13th. There are no exceptions. And then Shaklee always gives back. On Thursday between 2 and 4 p.m., they're going to have creating clean, safe, educational, and beautiful spaces for children to learn. You can volunteer for that. We are also having another get together at 5 o'clock on Thursday, and that will be in a room in the hotel. And again, I will let you guys know. I'll have a list of everybody who's there. Email me if you don't hear from me before you go to conference, if you're going to be there in person, because we do have a room reserved where we can get together. And I'm bringing the bling. I also have a couple of things for guys that they might like. And I won't go into all that right now, but got some fun stuff this year. And if you're coming, whether you're driving or flying or hitchhiking, that might be interesting. Take some pictures or some videos and share them to conference for a shot at a trophy and a shopping spree. Now, I'm not putting a lot of effort in this because I know there are people going to conference who are a lot more interested in cameras than I am. So I'm sure we're going to have a lot of professional video people on the way, and it'll be fun watching those videos, but if you feel inclined, do it. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but we have Collagen 9 stick packs. I'm so excited about it. And it's a brand new package, and the price is relatable to what the other price was. Only these will be able to give people samples without having to give them, a half of a jar or a whole jar if it's somebody we don't know well. Not that I've done that. I was going to do that to one of the guys at the hair salon I go to. Now I can just give them a few of the stick packs. I might also give them some energy teas and some of our other wonderful, like triple boost, things like that. things that I use every day. So, but the Collagen 9 is a really big deal, you guys. I know when I trained on Collagen 9 last year, I said, I don't think it's going to do that much for me because I take a lot of Shaklee. How can it, improve on what Shaklee's already done for me? Not that I don't have room for improvement, but look at the market for collagen products. 8.36 billion with a B. If Marty were here, he'd say, with that kind of pie, you don't even need a piece. The residue left over on the knife as it goes through the pie is millions. So you guys, it's true. Collagen is a huge market. I hope you're all using it and loving it. It took me about 3 months to see the results. And then I did put a couple of pictures up on Facebook because it looked like I had a little butch haircut cut underneath my haircut because all these little hairs were sticking up, little 1-inch hairs. Now they're about 1.5 inches long, 2 inches. And I was at the salon and this guy came over and said, did you do something to your hair? And I said, no. And he goes, you didn't have a perm or anything that could break it? I said, no, that's not breakage. That's new hair. And he said, how old are you? Because I always tell him I'm in my 70s, now that I'm 71. And I said, I'm in my 70s. And he goes, and you have new hair? And I said, yes, I do wellness. And they came out with a new product that I didn't expect results. And I guess I'm getting them. He goes, well, I guess you are. And so he was the guy I was going to give the collagen to, and I will now when I go back in, now that I have sticks coming. Just now I'm going to wait for the sticks. I'm not giving him a whole can. He's good, but he's not that good. So anyway, you guys, huge market. Do whatever you got to do to get into that market and share that market. Although don't give a stranger a sample. Give it to people that you know and love and that you can follow up with. And I would give them more than one. They'll feel a difference at first, like I slept better, but I didn't really see the difference. And I might have to redo that collagen training. So with that, you guys, again, part of that Theodore Roosevelt quote, "'Tis far better to dare mighty things, even when checkered by failure, than to rank with those poor spirits who live in the gray twilight that knows neither victory nor defeat." And if Marty were here, he'd say, be bold, and great and mighty forces will come to your aid. And we all know when we step out in faith, something happens. It doesn't happen on our time or when we want it to. But for me, something that burned through my brain years ago, and I just couldn't get it out of my mind. And I couldn't believe that nobody was in the car with me when this phrase came to me. It was just like there was an angel there or something, and it just said, don't let your history keep you from your destiny. It doesn't matter where you are today. It's where you're going, and we're here to help you get there. When I first saw this picture, I thought they were on top of a mountain, but if you look really close, they're at the ocean, and that's just a big rock on the ocean. So that's probably more realistic for us because we're going to go to the ocean, guys. So I'm going to turn off the recording right now, if I can find my little button to do that, and then we're going to talk about some fun stuff and cash giveaways and some other announcements that are just for the people on the Zoom tonight.